And welcome to it. Happy Friday. We are here. It is Star Wars Friday, and we have two book reviews this afternoon. You will have to forgive me as my energy level is a bit, I don't know what the word is for it, but I'm not sure I'm fully functioning on all levels as, it was one of those Fridays that felt like over a second Monday almost. So, anyway, see, I can't even speak. I really was debating on not doing these book reviews today because I'm not quite sure how they're going to go. But on that note, we have two book reviews for you today. One of my favorites. I don't even know what to say about this book because first time I read it, I loved it. The second time I've read it, and not even read it, the series. It's a four-book series. This is The Last Jedi. Um, the second time I read it, I did not like it as much, but the end really pulled it together. So I'm really wondering if that was kind of my first impression the first time around. But I don't necessarily remember any of that, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, this final book, we are following Jax Pavan, I-5. Uh, and who's the other dude? Den, no, not Dinger. No, definitely not Den. Anyway, a Celestin. And his name is not in here. No, and so we're in the final stages of what has been a four-book saga following The Last Jedi, as it is, as Jax Pavan is um, both trying to save a rebellion, a faction of a rebellion, as well as maybe put some ending to his story with Vader, or not his story, but you know, put some resolution to what Vader is, who Vader is, that type of thing. And in this book, one of the reasons this is one of my favorite books is because you have everything in this freaking book. So you got Deathmari witches, you have Sith holocrons, Jax interacts with Sith holocrons. You have Vader. You have mystery force goo that increases power, and it's a very Jedi book, even though it's taking place post Order 66 in what I like to call the down and dirty area of Coruscant, because that's how they pronounce it in this Coruscant. So, a lot of action in this final book. The resolution is so good, and it just leaves open so much. That's another reason I really do enjoy the book, is because the way it ends. This is one of those rare books where I can spoil it. Vader doesn't necessarily get the upper hand at the end of all of this, and that in itself is very unique. In any type of Star Wars atmosphere, because he's Vader. So, that said, they have sentient droids in this book. If there was one downside of this, is that we keep revisiting trauma that has happened to the crew, and the crew can't seem to get over the trauma. overall, when you think about the time frame from book one to book four, the closing of book four, I can't imagine it's any longer than 4 to 6 weeks. So I guess the trauma is fresh. But that said, in a book setting, it's like we had the trauma happen in book two, and here we are 20 hours later, still kind of reliving this and this being the driving motivation. So that is the only downside of the book. Whiplash is the name of the rebel cell. We also get weird aliens that traverse time and time manipulation in Star Wars. So, super sci-fi Jedi book. Highly recommend it. Last time I gave it a four, I think. Is that what this sees? Is a four? Yes. Um, First, yeah, I said the same thing. Fair amount of rehashing the first three-fourths of the book. That's funny. And I read this back in 2023. So, I will still give it a solid four. I will still give it a solid four. It should probably, the series as a whole is a five. A lot of great characters, a lot of great action, great paladins, not great paladins, paladins. Um, is the Emperor prevalent in this book? I might be getting this mix. No, no. Yes, the Emperor is prevalent, but he's more prevalent in book three, as Jack Spavan has to, um, work with the dark side, see what's on the up and up one there. So I know that probably isn't the most cohesive review I've ever given, but as I said, prelude. By the way, I always forget to do this in front. God, moron. Our second book is another last book, and this came out of nowhere for me. The Last Order. Um, this this was quite a surprise. I don't want to ever. I have this thing where I do judge Star Wars books by their cover, and most of the time I'm dead wrong. The cover's just terrible, and the book is amazing. I'm gonna kind of put this in this category. Not that it's a bad cover, but it looks like you're gonna get some sort of just random fin tail, and you know that's it. So that's kind of what my expectation was going in. And yes, we do ultimately, yes, get that. But it is so much more. This book takes place, I want to say, after well, no. This book takes place pre episode 7, as you can tell. I'm not sure if this is the very start of Finn's journey with um, the First Order. The Last Order, First Order was really twisting my brain. So, that said, what we get is it kind of takes you in a day in the life of a stormtrooper, a week in the life of a stormtrooper. That's kind of what the front part of this book is. And I'm actually going to have to go back and read it because I was taking it for granted because it was just going nowhere. And especially the audiobook version, they're doing this thing where it's like FN 187, you've been seen. So like everything is done through the voice modulator, and so it gets old quick. But by the middle part of this book, what we're finding is that the First Order has a problem. in it. And the problem is that all their soldiers are not necessarily committed to the same first order cause. Now, what's interesting about this is that we, as like, there's not a lot of context for this. You got the Phasma book. Um, there's another book that deals with Huxley, the Huxley kid, and you kind of see where that's coming in at. I can't remember the name of it right now. But we haven't quite fleshed out this episode 7, 8, 9 world in what I would consider to be a satisfying fashion as much as we have the prequels and the original and the rebellion. And I guess we're now starting to do what are they the New Republic era. So this book gives a little insight into the First Order, which I think was deeply needed. The First Order they paint as just this maniacal order, and as we know it is, but the crews, and that's what these book covers, is two specific crews, Finn's crew and another crew, doing completely separate things, but the parallels of the story you understand what's really going on, and that the First Order has a morale problem, hence the morale tapes and the morale sessions and what all of that entails. It's really a fantastically wrote book. I am so surprised. And at the end, when you think it should be wrapping up, we do get this post episode 7 General Finn. And it's cool and it's deeply satisfying. And it makes you wonder because it makes me wonder like, this book was published 2025. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, I thought we were done. And it's like, no, no, we're not done. Are we done with Finn? Maybe, maybe not. Do they allude to any of the Force abilities? I'm going to have to re-listen to the front part more. He does do some things that are I would consider to be on the more dangerous side, where even his crew, they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "No, let's just go do it." And they're like, "What?" So they don't. It's not on the nose by any means of the word, but it's evident that he's a tad bit different. Um, God, so much to say. I think if I was a more coherent human right now, but ultimately. Currently, this book for me gets a 4.5 out of 5. That's kind of where I'm sitting. And after I really do my written review, this will probably end up getting moved up because it's out of nowhere and it fills in some gaps that you didn't even know you were missing. I like how they say Star Wars Disney canon novel. So does that mean like there's canon and now there's Disney canon? Is that what we're doing? Um, God, I hope not. At any rate, Kwame, nice work, bro. Nice, nice work. What else have you written? Something called Tristan Strong? I don't know anything about any of that. So, yeah. Anyway, that's not that book review. So, The Last Jedi, 4. The Last Order, 4.5 out of 5. Like two really good solid books. Between them, you have yourself like 30, 40 hours of just pure goodness. So, do yourself a favor, get on it, check them out. Go ahead and you can, I'm sure, buy them, but I'm a big advocate and I read both of them or listened to both of them via Libby, which is your local connected to your library app where you can listen to all types and rent or loan all types of book, borrow all types of look, hashtag support your local library. So, on that note, we'll move on to our game because I have prattled on enough and I will probably be quiet now. So, I hope you were having a good Friday. Mm. Oh God. And yeah, where are we? I remember. We were losing. That's where we were. We were losing. So let us heal up here. Because that is exactly what was happening. And no reason to start today's stream as such. I'm not going to say that the action in The Last Jedi was like... It was a very tense book. I really should have said that. It was a very tense book. The situations were tense. Once we got to the end, you kind of knew what was going to happen, but at the same time, they did have you sitting on the edge of your seat a bit, which is really hard to do. So, anyway, it's a good book. I will also be live tonight on the M Nerdiverse podcast, where I will probably also prattle on about the book a little bit.
I am an historian and scientist working for the Republic, although I'm certain my contemporaries would judge me more a historian than scientist. Like you, I was looking for some trace of the Jedi. I'd heard mention that one of the Jedi Masters had gone there. No. It is something of a mystery why they would exile themselves as they have. It is not the way of the Jedi to vanish in such a way, especially when the Republic is in need. I fear that there is something else at work. Then again, perhaps the Jedi are hiding simply because so many people hate them these days. It is difficult sometimes for the Jedi to see such things, since much of it is rooted in human nature, and the Jedi are often removed. But the reason the Jedi Civil War was named such was because few in the galaxy can recognize the difference between the Sith and the Jedi. To them, they are both Jedi, with different philosophies. Hate? No. I do not hate them. They only raise questions. Jedi are not supposed to be like the rest of us. They are supposed to see a higher purpose in all things. And they are supposed to train students responsibly and well, so mistakes of the past are not repeated. Yet all I saw was ignorance and arrogance, and what those seeds create. It is difficult to follow the Jedi Code when so few others have. Many Jedi defied the Order during the Mandalorian Wars, and it paved the way for the There is no blame. All must accept. But, at its core, one must wonder if it was the failure of the Jedi teaching. Many of the Jedi Council trained Exar Kun, Ulik, Revan, and Malak. How could they not? Perhaps there was some essential part of their teachings that was flawed. Revan had many masters. Zar, Dorak, Master K before K left for the wars. Towards the end of his training, he saw... It is said that he returned to his first master at the end of his training in order to learn how he might best lead... I'm not certain you understand what happened with Revan. Revan was captured in the middle of the Jedi Civil War, due in no small part to his apprentice. Revan was brought before the Jedi Council and put on trial. You must understand that the situation was desperate. As I understand it, they were able to... Revan helped the Republic defeat Malak.
Yes, I was there.
Revan had... What else? I'm trying to save the Republic. Despite the troubles of the Jedi Civil War, there are those among the Republic, and there are admirals within the... Yet as long as Onderon remains within the Republic, and the efforts on Telos succeed, that... The Republic is fragile right now. Telos is important. If Telos is rebuilt and made habitable again, it will affect a string of what... Onderon, strangely enough, was unaffected by the Jedi Civil War. It's almost as if Revan didn't... Its resources and position on the Rim make it a vital supply line and guard post against Outer Rim attack. Also, it's the only world in the Republic still capable of seeding ecosystems into other dead worlds. Merely placing some of those beasts on target worlds will guarantee their habit... What else? I imagine in your travels of the galaxy you've seen... What else? Before you go, I had a question. If the Sith are rising in the galaxy again, then it is strange the Jedi would not be there to meet them, and that we have not seen more evidence of the Sith. No, I believe you. I merely find such subtleties among the Sith to be strange. They have been known to practice deception, but in the histories, since the time of the Dark Lords Khun and Khaldroma, and Revan and Malak, such subtleties have been... I will return to Kunda now and await the next transport. You may find me there if you have more questions.
No experience for that. All that time, I still did not get max force power. Alright, let's continue on. Oh, you know what?
This won't take long.
Save against everything. They save against freaking everything. I can't move.
What is it?
Here we go. Shit, I forgot to do that.
I hear you. I hear you.
So stupid. Yeah, too late. I'm so sick of these things. Cannot believe I'm so under leveled.
What is it?
Yeah, that sucks. Like, 'cause that dude's just useless. Just useless right now. Alright, we need to come back over here. Alright, I finally get to jump on one, sort of. Apparently, I was wrong.
This shall not stop us for long.
Can you... Bro. Do your job. That was nonsense. Nonsense. Bro, wake up, I need you.
Let's go.
What is it? Yes. What is it?
have to go do some side missions when this is over. Try and get some more experience. Because we probably could gain another level or two. Be okay. Yeah, let's see where we're at now. Wow. He died. Okay. That's where we're at now.
What's going
He
on?
died.
I'll have this open in no time.
We could use a med pack. Nope, no med pack. Well, I did not see that one room for the storage facility. Yeah, it was supposed to be the power relay station. At least we killed all those freaking things, man. Jesus. Pain in the ass. Oh, you know what? Overload it. Ah, shit. Who was expecting that? Who was expecting that? No one was expecting that. Come on. Come on. What? Oh yeah, there was one. That's right. There was one. That's right. Yes, much better. Much better. I am not as good as you are. I don't want to say I'm almost getting to the point, but we're almost getting to the point where it's going to be like, what's our next Star Wars game? And I guess it's going to be the freaking Jedi Survivors. Oh no, Outlaws. If I haven't beaten no, I will have beaten Outlaws by then. At some point, I have to get back to freaking Outlaws.
Let's go.
You are not moving very fast. Well, Brian, it was one spike. Yeah, dude, that spike might save my life. You know what I mean? Just time enough for us to go all the way over here. There we go. Excellent. What do we got? Med pack? Credits are fine. Med pack is better. So much for that med pack. Thank God I'm a freaking Jedi. Jiminy crickets. Alright, where are we going? Yeah. I guess let's go to that main computer panel. I mean, we were just trying to kill all the things. Oh, we're looking for that dude. That's what we're doing. That's what we were doing. Yeah, no, we've been here. Main computer. I don't think I want to overload that, do I? There's no reason to overload that. The garden? Courtyard. I guess that's where we came in. Power relay. Storage. Workbench. Droid bay. Yep, he was gonna go back to the place. So we are looking for that dude, and I think, like, I don't remember if walls can be destroyed, but that one wall looked really weird. So I don't know, like this wall? No, I guess not. I guess not. Here's the garden. Hmm. It's a big giant maze. It's a big giant maze. There we go. There we go. Guess I probably could have did that when they were coming up, but oh well. Maybe. I think I might have been too far away to try that. Either way, we will be coming to the end of this Friday stream. Soon-ish. Shit. Well, at least we're not getting just manhandled anymore. We can do some freaking damage. Still don't think we want to be grouped attacked by these things. What are you doing? Could you contribute to the cause?
Yes.
Well, that's as far as the garden went. Well, Master Rook is supposed to be here. So, at any rate, I think that's going to be the end of stream. I do not have the brain power to be lost. So, on that note, I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank you for watching my book reviews. I appreciate it. Tonight, Nerdiverse Live podcast link. Go ahead and have a nice weekend. Wash out.